Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. I received a question from a guy who said that he is concerned with the world leaders, the governments, the monetary system, the GMOs, the national debt, the negative images he sees in the media. How can he deal with this? Here's what's helped me along my journey, because I have tapped into the secret which has made my heart a lot lighter, and it saved me a lot of electricity bills because I got rid of my TV a long time ago. Do not externalize your power. Many of us, we feel helpless when we are watching the news because guess what? We can't do anything about it. We are paralyzed. So we have lost all our power. So it doesn't get us into that radical action. It just makes us more fearful. It's a choice between love or fear, and love will always serve you better. Because how the media work is that they work based on your emotions, which is the energy in motion. That's why you have people screaming, shouting. But wait a minute, how do you know it's even true? Like the Hopi said, the one who tells the story rules the world. Experts say, who are these experts? I want to see them. What's freed me is to see that nobody is coming to save you. No leader, no guru. You have to be the light unto yourself, just like Krishnamurti said, which is so amazing. The power is inside you. And once you stop externalizing your power, now you take back your power. You take back your crown, which is your full sovereignty. It's a long journey, because when we talk of who are the powers that be, there was a time in my journey I was scared watching the news, seeing these leaders, seeing the GMOs, but I was angry. And I realized it was affecting my health. So in becoming an alchemist and becoming a magician, I said to myself, what's going on here? Then I realized the secret, that I am the powers that be. You are the powers that be. There is no force greater than yourself. We are made from the same fabric as the universe. So there is no time for fear here. I see that it's all a game, how the media work. And any story can be seen as real just as long as it's believable. So in decoding media manipulation, you have to be able to read between the lines and say, is this fear-based or love-based? More so, when we talk of the occult, which means the hidden, the universe we live in is an infinite genie. It doesn't care what color you are, your race, your background. It grants your wishes once you enter in the right commands, the right codes. And the so-called elite are very aware of esoteric knowledge and codes, do what thou wilt, is saying that man is the supreme creator of the universe. That man rules over every other life form on the planet. That is why we are butchering all of these animals. So that propaganda is widely spread. But I realized, no, every life form holds a significant value and has something to offer. There is no good or bad in the universe. There are only actions and consequences. So whatever goes around comes around. We can't expect peace if we are going to war, because that's what that philosophy does. But there is universal law, which is higher than man-made law. Because as human beings, we have to humble ourselves to see that we are like ants. I realize I am like an ant. And when we see that we are governed by everything around us, by the planets in orbit, they are celestial bodies. That's the real secret. Universal law. All of us are bound by universal law. It is more powerful than man-made law, but ultimately it is showing us that love always triumphs over fear. This current that sweeps the media stations is coming from somewhere else, because that's why they call it a TV channel. And when I began to realize that we are living in a holographic universe, that means everything that appears solid is not. Underneath everything is just pure energy. So what the bleep do we know? How do you even know there are 7 billion people on the planet? Well, someone told me. My friend told me. But it's just a story. You have no way of knowing unless you go and count every single person on the planet. So when we talk of liberating our minds, entering our heart space, I see whatever the media are telling me with a big question mark in my mind. You have to use critical thinking. That is how we free ourselves. Question everything. Study everything, but study yourself first. And see that there are ulterior motives behind everything. My motive is to help other people become the greatest versions of themselves. I'm also helping myself in the process. Sorry, guys. When we see that there are so many mysteries in terms of how this whole world is constructed. In ancient times, you had the royalty, and the royalty, the kings and queens, never held all the power. It was the priesthood. And till this day, they hold most of the so-called power. But they are not the powers that be. They are only the powers that be when you are blind. Because now you give over your power. Once you know thyself, you become invincible, unstoppable, indestructible, because now you are raising your frequency above fear. As long as you are in fear, you are in a low vibration. This affects your health. And right now, it's all about feeling better, living better, raising the frequency, enjoying that pure love energy. The only way to do that is to let go of whatever is no longer serving you. And it's not just about love and light, because that's also another trap. We have to not be afraid of running away from the darkness, because that's how this game is set up as well. They trick us into words like darkness, light. All of that is duality. The darkness is the light is the darkness. It's all the same thing. Two sides of the same coin. So we become empowered when we see that right now it's all about unity. More so, it's all about doing our own research and our own inner work, because how you are feeling internally is a reflection of what you will experience externally. But we are the powers that be. Stand up, clap for yourself. We're here in nature. Are we in nature? I'm getting so excited now by this background. I feel I'm in nature. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy.